Good evening, everybody. My name is Tim Chaucer. I live at 104 Hawley Avenue in Milford. Currently a state-certified secondary school educator. I've taught at the high school level, I've taught at the middle school level, I've taught at the college level, and I've taught at the elementary school. I'm the co-founder of Milford Citizens Against Mega Schools and a new member of a group called Save Our Neighborhood Schools. Our sons went to Captain Meadow, East Shore, and Foreign High School. To me, it's really all about neighborhood schools, and this is the foot in the door. If this is approved, then there will be all kinds of reconfiguring, all kinds of busing students out of their neighborhoods into different schools. You'll be consolidating middle schools to 2 middle schools. You'll be consolidating high schools to 1 high school, and that flies in the face of many, many years of effort to create our highly respected neighborhood school system. People come to Milford for the neighborhood schools, and that's very important. All of our property values are tied directly to our long-standing and highly respected neighborhood schools. So if we accept this proposal, which does seem to come out of the dark, and I think Mr. Cummings, he made a good proposal, but it seems to be a proposal that comes out of nowhere and sort of admitted that he might be interested in it even if we have all the monies. $2.5 million does sound like a lot of money, but it's really not a lot of money. How many grants are you writing to groups like the Gates Foundation? The Gates Foundation gives over $1 billion a year to high schools. And usually high schools going in smaller directions. Do you have a grant writer? $2.5 million is no reason to change our long, traditional neighborhood school system. Another thing that I just want to add is that at this time we have no permanent superintendent of school. Changing the entire history of Milford public education. Two exceptions, people that have been here a long time, and we're still reeling from the expense and the embarrassment of 2 disgraced superintendents of school.
If you could make sure you please speak close to the microphone so everyone can hear you.
Jennifer Federico, 14 Breakneck Lane, Milford. I'm speaking to you tonight as a parent of an 8-year-old in 3rd grade at Meadowside, and a 1-year-old who wants to do everything his big brother does, including follow in his footsteps at a beloved neighborhood school, and hopefully graduate from Milford Public Schools with Mr. Cummings' 1-year-old. When we moved into our home in Milford 10 years ago, our school districts were Meadowside and Harborside. Several years ago, the Board of Ed, 2 boards prior to this board, made a quick decision to solve the problem of overcrowding at Harborside by splitting up our school for middle school, and we were redistricted to West Shore. Of course, this decision is old news now, but the way in which the decision was made feels very similar to the reason we are here today. At the time our middle school was redistricted, I thought at least we have an excellent elementary school that's so close by we can't be redistricted. Well, there goes that assumption. The fact that this proposal is coming out now as a solution to a crisis for a school year that begins 3.5 months from now leads me to believe that the wheels are already set in motion and the decision has been made. I fear this plan, whether it's a good plan or not, will be forced through this board using the excuse that there's no time to do anything else. I would love to see this be the beginning of a discussion, as Mr. Cummings alluded to, but I just don't think there's enough time. So either it's not going to happen or it's a done deal already, and I'll assume in my comments it's a done deal. I could talk all night about the emotional impact of this plan because we love our school, but lots of people will do that. I don't know enough yet about the educational or financial impact, so I won't talk about that. Instead, I'm going to talk about politics. The way this plan is rolled out is very typical of how decisions have been made in Milford whenever there's one political party that controls our city. The $2.2 million budget cut by the Board of Finance after one-party rule in Milford. The fact that the solution provided here is made public at the last minute with limited time for debate or transition, rather than presented as a future long-term plan is typical of this reactive one-party rule in Milford. The timing of this meeting asking for the public comment at the 11th hour when the plan already seems preordained is typical of this one-party rule. It's not just bad timing, it's because the few in power that are making all the decisions don't want to hear or care about public opinion. And what happens next when the board members go in the back room and the arms are twisted and told just to go along with the plan and vote is also very typical of the one-party rule in Milford. So let's be clear on the facts tonight. If this plan passes without sufficient debate beyond tonight, it will be just another example of the backroom politics and the stifling of debate that have become the hallmark of this one-party rule in Milford. And if the few in power continue to turn a cold shoulder to public opinion by forcing decisions like this, by letting the clock run out on the debate, then I think we need to change our city slogan from a small city with a big heart to a small city with a cold heart.